Hi guys, it's Sade here. Welcome back to our video updates. Today I wanted to give you a few pointers or tips about what's going on out there regarding the stimulus checks and also creditors trying to get to those checks, as well as whether those checks will be counted against people that are currently in bankruptcy or considering bankruptcy at this point. So in general, the garnishments happen when you already have a judgment against you, and a creditor, a collection company, whatever the other party is, would try to levy your bank account, which is to freeze your bank account. And that court document, which is a writ, basically, it would order the bank to pay however much the judgment is from your bank account. So people are getting their stimulus checks already. Some people don't have theirs yet, but they are a little bit concerned because the creditors might see this as an opportunity to garnish, thousands and thousands of checks. Bank accounts. So people are worried about that, and rightfully so. So I've noticed that the Texas Supreme Court here has added to the emergency orders that the court issued. They added a little provision that says that no writ of garnishment should be executed until after May 7th, 2020. I believe that they would extend that date. And I also noticed that other states are doing different things that are similar. So check with your governor's office or with your court, your highest court in your state, to see what they've put in place to protect consumers, against collection during this time period, because a lot of people are not able to work, and the finances are being affected. So that's there. And then there's the issue of bankruptcy cases, and some people are on under a Chapter 13 bankruptcy, which is the one that it's the type of bankruptcy where you pay back the creditors. You pay back maybe a smaller amount every month, or you pay back some specific creditors. But for the people that are not able to continue making the payments under that plan, they're freaking out and asking what's going to happen. Well, the court orders have also been issued for that situation. So the trustees, the U.S. Bankruptcy trustees, will not count that against you. You should ask for a modification if you want to do it in a formal way. Modify that Chapter 13 plan, or ask for an extension on your plan period, because most plans last for maybe 3 years or 5 years. So if you're already in the middle of your plan and you need some sort of an extension because you're not able to make the payments right now, it's still a form of modification. So ask for that. Ask your bankruptcy lawyer to help you if you have a bankruptcy lawyer, okay? So that's what you can do. And then what about the Chapter 7 bankruptcies, the ones where people file, so they're looking for a complete discharge of the debts? On those Chapter 7s, normally you report all your income so that the court can know what they're looking at, and they would crunch the numbers and see if you qualify or are eligible, right, for a Chapter 7 discharge. Well, the same thing with the 13 in general. They crunch numbers based on your income and your debt and all those things. Now, will the stimulus checks be counted as income against you? The answer is no. The orders out there have decided that the stimulus checks would not be counted as disposable income. It will not be counted towards any kind of income in your bankruptcy proceeding. However, they did not say for sure whether it will be considered exempt. So you should talk to your bankruptcy lawyer about that, because there's a little bit of a difference there, and the lawyer should be able to find a way to consider it exempt by adding it to your overall estate, I think. So that would answer your question about Chapter 7 and Chapter 13. Those are the ones that I'm familiar with. Now, if you have not filed bankruptcy yet, but you're worried about your finances and thinking that you might in future, just consult with a bankruptcy lawyer before you make any move. I would suggest that you try everything else first, because bankruptcy does show up on your credit report even if you don't follow through with final discharge. So that's just an FYI. Do your research to see what other things you could do before you start thinking bankruptcy, because a lot of the states that I'm seeing out there, and a lot of even the lenders and the creditors themselves, they have in-house solutions where they would allow you to enter into a forbearance program, like I said. Now, the forbearance programs are not for everyone. They're not always all that great because the debt is just deferred, is waiting for you in the future. But if you plan well and budget well, I think it's a better alternative than bankruptcy. Okay. All right. So that's the update on that. There's also a bill that I saw that was proposed on March 31st, and it's going to be considered by Congress. Hopefully they'll vote on it and we'll see what happens. And the bill is asking for a moratorium on all collection action to be stopped during this time period. So I don't know how that will pan out. I don't see that, passing or being approved, but it's a good thing that everybody's thinking and brainstorming different solutions, because it's a really difficult time for a lot of families that are already worried about how they're going to even pay their basic bills. So those are the updates that I have. If you have anything else that you think we should be covering, please comment below and I will look into that and research it some more. Like I said in my last video, the credit reporting agencies they're still going to have to report if the lenders and the creditors give them negative information about you and your payments. However, you should be able to get that sorted out in the future. If you're under a forbearance agreement of some sort, they should not be reporting anything negative on your credit report in the meantime, because that's part of the CARES Act. So if they do, you'll have some recourse there and they can fix that also in the future. So hopefully this video has been helpful to you. If you have specific questions about your situation, always consult with a lawyer. You can also drop me a note on my website or call my office directly. And I appreciate you hanging in there watching the videos, and I hope you and your family and friends and loved ones are safe and following those guidelines, because the sooner we follow the guidelines, the sooner we can get back to some sense of normalcy. That's all I wanted to give you for today. Thanks again, and I'll talk to you soon.